Assalamualaikum. Today I will be presenting an article titled The Impact of Intra and Inter-Firm Sourcing Strategy on Manufacturing Performance. It was published in the Asian Academy of Management Journal by University Science Malaysia. This study is highly relevant. It investigates electrical and electronic manufacturing firms in Penang, Malaysia. This article is related to make or buy decision, which refer to whether a company should produce components internally or purchase them from external suppliers. My presentation will focus on the benefits of the make decision, also known as intra-firm sourcing. A make decision refers to a company choice to produce products or components internally using its own resources and facilities. Companies choose this strategy when they want greater control over production activity, quality control, and overall operations. Based on the study, the researchers found that intra-firm sourcing has a positive impact on manufacturing performance. The first benefit is better product quality. When production is carried out internally, company can closely monitor the production process and ensure that quality standards are consistently maintained. The second benefit is greater operational control. Company can make decisions quickly and coordinate production activities more effectively without relying heavily on external suppliers. The third benefit is improved delivery performance. Since production is managed within the company, production schedules can be controlled more efficiently without helping to reduce delays. Overall, the study shows that producing internally can improve manufacturing performance in terms of quality, efficiency, and delivery reliability. In conclusion, this article suggests that the make decision offer several advantages to manufacturing companies. These advantages include better product quality, greater control over operations, and improved delivery performance. As a result, the findings of the study support the use of internal production strategies to achieve better manufacturing performance and long-term competitiveness. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Anissa Damia binti Muhammad Zulkifli and my metric number is 313347. The article chosen is titled a review of benefits and risks of outsourcing building operation and maintenance. Outsourcing refers to the practice of hiring an external service provider to perform certain tasks instead of carrying them out internally. In make or buy decision making, outsourcing represents the buy option where organizations obtain services from external providers rather than performing them themselves. This approach is commonly used to improve efficiency and reduce operational burdens. The article reviews the advantages and risks associated with outsourcing, particularly in building operation and maintenance services. As for my article, I will talk about the benefits of outsourcing. Outsourcing refers to the practice of hiring an external service provider to perform certain business functions instead of handling them internally. Based on the article, there are four main benefits of outsourcing. The first benefit is cost saving. Outsourcing helps organizations reduce labor, training, and equipment costs. Instead of hiring and training new employees, companies can rely on external providers who already have the necessary skills and resources. This allows organizations to manage their budgets more effectively and reduce operational expenses. The second benefit is allowing companies to focus on their core business activities. When non-core functions such as maintenance and support services are outsourced, management and employees can concentrate on the organization's main objectives. As a result, productivity can improve and the company can dedicate more time and resources to achieving its strategic goals. The third benefit is access to experts. External service providers often have specialized knowledge, experience, and technical expertise in their fields. Since these providers focus on specific services, they are usually more skilled and efficient. This can lead to better service quality, improved performance, and more effective problem solving compared to managing the activities internally. The final benefit is flexibility. Outsourcing allows organizations to adjust their services according to changing business needs. Companies can increase or reduce the level of services without making long-term investments in manpower, facilities, or equipment. This flexibility helps organizations respond quickly to market changes and operational requirements. In conclusion, outsourcing provides several important advantages, including cost saving, focus on core business, access to experts, and flexibility. Thank you. Although outsourcing offers many benefits, it also involves several risks. One major risk is the loss of direct control over outsourced activities. Organizations may also face hidden costs that were not anticipated during the contract stage. In addition, excessive dependence on vendors can create operational challenges if the provider fails to meet expectations. Communication issues between the organization and service provider may also affect service quality and overall performance. The article specifically focuses on outsourcing within building operation and maintenance. Organizations often outsource services such as facility management, cleaning, security, technical maintenance, and building support services. By engaging specialized service providers, organizations can improve operational efficiency and maintain service quality. However, selecting the right vendor remains important to ensure that outsourced activities meet organizational requirements and expectations. In conclusion, outsourcing can provide significant advantages such as cost saving, flexibility, access to expertise, and improved focus on core business activities. However, organizations must also consider potential risks including loss of control, communication challenges, and vendor dependence. Therefore, outsourcing decisions should be made carefully by evaluating both benefits and risks. A well-planned outsourcing strategy can support better organizational performance and contribute to effective make or buy decision making. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Today I would like to present my journal that I found entitled Make or Buy Strategy and the Origin of Sourcing Materials and their Relationship with Firm Performance. So based on the article I found, I will discuss a bit of the advantages and the risks they will face of internal manufacturing decision. So internal manufacturing, also known as the make strategy, refers to a situation where a company chooses to produce a product, components or material using their own resources rather than external purchasing them from external suppliers. So this decision is part of a make or buy strategy, which is an important strategy decision because it can affect cost, operational efficiency, and overall firm performance. So the first advantage that I found based on the research is a better control over the production process. When production activities are carried out internally, the company has a greater control over the quality, standard, and production schedules and their own operational procedures. So this allows management to monitor the production process closely and ensure that the product meet the desired specification based on the company standard. Second advantage is a faster coordination and communication. Since different departments of the company will operate within the same organization, communication become more efficient. Problems can be identified and resolved more quickly compared to relying on external suppliers, which may involve a longer communication process. However, despite having a lot of advantages, internal manufacturing involves a lot of risk that the company might face. The first risk is higher investment and operating costs. Internal production requires significant capital investment in machinery, facilities, technologies, and skilled employees. As a result, company may face higher fixed costs compared to outsourcing production activities. The second risk is a lack of specialized expertise. In some cases, external suppliers may possess superior technology, which is in their own machinery and their own employees' experience and production capabilities. If a company lacks this necessary expertise, internal manufacturing may become less efficient and more costly. So the third risk is capacity constraint, because some of the company have their own limitation. When a demand increases unexpectedly, a company's internal production capacity may not be sufficient to meet customers' requirements. This could result in delays and reduce customer satisfaction. The last risk that I found is the operational efficiencies, which is if the resources are not managed effectively, internal manufacturing may lead to higher production costs and lower productivity. Therefore, companies may need strong management system to ensure efficient operations. So, one of the most important findings in this article is that the study did not find a significant relationship between make or buy strategy and firm performance. In other words, if the research suggests that neither of them, which is internal manufacturing or external purchasing, is automatically superior. Instead, the effectiveness of the decision depends on the company's specific circumstances, including its resources, capabilities, industry environment, and strategic objective. Therefore, managers should carefully evaluate these factors before deciding whether to produce internally or outsource production. So, based on the finding of the article that I reviewed, there is no single best strategy for every company. The most suitable decision depends on the organization's resources, capabilities, and the long-term strategic goal. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Wan Suzila binti Wan Ibrahim and my matric number is 312926. Today, I will talk about a strategic crossroads every enterprise faced, which is the make or buy decision. Based on a study by Aurora and Kumar, we will also look at how this choice between internal manufacturing and external sourcing determine a firm's success. While we will touch on the benefit and others, our primary focus today will be the significant risks that can lead to ineffective performance if not carefully managed. What is the make or buy decision? The make or buy decision is the assessment of whether to produce a component internally or purchase it from an outside supplier. It is a complex strategic task that impact a firm at 4 levels, which is strategic, operational, firm level, and performance management. Ultimately, the goal is to choose the parts that maximize profitability and efficiency. Jumping on the next point, which is the benefits. Clearly, there are clear drivers for both options. Making in-house is often chosen for better quality control over the production process and quality. Other than that, agility. Making allows faster communication and the ability to respond to market changes quickly. Moreover, protection. Making enhancement the safeguard of design secrecy, proprietary technology, and physical property. Lastly, flexibility. By making, there is no minimum order requirement and better coordination. Conversely, buying is driven by the desire for cost reduction, converting fixed costs into variable costs and allowing the organization to focus exclusively on its core business competency. Buying can also allow resource access to supplier expertise, branding, and potential lower cost material. Now, let's focus on the risk, which the study labels as concern for outsourcing. The research highlights 7 deadly sins of outsourcing, most notably the loss of internal control over outsourced activities and the failure to plan a viable exit strategy if the supplier relationship fails. Erosion of competency. A major strategic risk is the loss of core activities and competencies. By relying on others, a firm may eventually lose the very skill that gave it a competitive edge. Supplier dependency. You become heavily dependent on third parties. This exposes you to the risk of unreliable, incompetent, or untrustworthy suppliers, which can paralyze your production. Hidden costs. Many firms suffer from a failure to realize hidden costs in contracts, such as cost of raw materials, monitoring suppliers, and complex logistics. Intellectual property exposure. Sourcing externally often requires disclosing proprietary technologies and design secrets to a third party, threatening your long-term design secrets. Moving on, to mitigate this risk, the study emphasized using break-even and economic analysis. For instance, their models show that if you need fewer than 4,000 units, buying is safer. Beyond that, making becomes more profitable. Performance is then tracked through 4 key metrics, which is quick response time, reliable delivery, minimum product damage, and inventory reduction. Success here is highly dependent on the alignment between your sourcing decision and your logistical capability. In conclusion, while outsourcing offers cost benefits, the risks from losing core competency to hidden financial burdens are substantial. A wrong decision leads to ineffective performance. So the study suggests that true success comes from balancing the risks with quality, sustainability, and human expertise. By fostering trust in management and utilizing future tools, companies can navigate these risks more effectively.
My name is Siti Nur Shakira binti Ismail, metric number 313768. Today, we are talking about how manufacturing companies actually choose to make or buy their industrial equipment. In the world of manufacturing, efficiency is everything, but every factor flaw faces a foundational crossroad long before the first product is ever built. Do we design and build our own industry equipment in-house, or do we buy it from an external expert? This is the classic make or buy dilemma. To understand this decision-making process, corporate strategies rely heavily on a framework known as Resources-Based View or RBV. The RBV states that a company's long-term competitive advantage depends on how it leverages its unique internal resources and core competencies. When evaluating industrial machinery, a company must ask, is this equipment part of our secret ingredient? If manufacturers rely on proprietary production processes that are very difficult to beat the competition, they will choose to make the equipment. This protects their intellectual property. However, if the machinery is standard, such as standard packaging or a generic ventilation system, firms will prefer to buy it. This allows them to outsource non-core activities to third-party specialists so that they can focus their internal talent entirely on product According innovation. To the Operational Data in Journal of Sustainable Science and Management, when executive team formally evaluate whether to make or buy equipment, their metric is governed by 4 primary drivers. First, reducing operating costs. Designing equipment in-house requires massive upfront capital. Buying equipment minimizes immediate capital investment. Second, improving company focus. Building custom machinery absorbs vast amount of management and engineering time. Buying equipment allows an organization to constrain investment whether it yields the highest strategic return. Third, access the world-class capabilities. Technology cycles are shrinking rapidly. Buying equipment from dedicated global vendors grants immediate access to elite engineering talent and cutting-edge automation that a standard manufacturer cannot replace in-house. Fourth, unavailability of internal resources. Often it's come down to capacity manufacturers facing internal resources constraints choose to buy equipment to create immediate operational flexibility. However, modern manufacturing decisions are no longer just about cost and capacity. Today, sustainability is a critical differentiator. Companies face strict environmental laws and intense pressure to reduce energy consumption, carbon emission, and material waste. This is where the decision to buy offers a major green advantage. Smaller and medium-sized manufacturers often lack the specialized experience required to design eco-friendly systems or handle advanced waste management. By buying equipment from world-class providers, companies gain instant access to sophisticated sophisticated its imported eco-technologies. This achievement instance environmental compliance and minimize entrepreneurs. As the conclusion, modern manufacturing companies don't choose to build or buy industrial equipment in a small space. They use resources-based viewing to identify their true cost strengths. They balance the immediate financial benefit and purchasing flexibility against the long-term risk of vendor dependency. Ultimately, the goal is to achieve a perfect strategy fit across the supply chains and leverage global external capabilities to maximize the internal performance and drive sustainability growth. That's all for me. Thank you.